Do your kids ask for mac and cheese on the weekly? Well, I'm going to show you a recipe that you can make just as fast and not feel guilty about because it's got none of the added preservatives or chemicals or anything else that they put in that boxed macaroni and cheese. And it is so good, you're going to want to eat it. So good. All right, let's go over ingredients. First, you're gonna need about 2 pounds of mac and cheese. Now, you don't need a full 2 pounds, but in our house, that's what we use. I usually take about a good size 4 or 5 cups out of it for my little kids who don't like mac and cheese. So probably roughly somewhere between 18 to 24 ounces of pasta. You're just gonna have to play with that a little bit. It's about roughly 2 boxes minus a little bit of the second box. Okay, I've already cooked that and prepared it according to the instructions on the box. Next, you're gonna need 4 tablespoons of butter, a 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 4 ounces of cream cheese, 1.5 cups of chicken broth, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, and 8 ounces of extra sharp cheddar cheese. This is gonna make your mac and cheese so perfect. You're gonna wanna eat it. Now, you can use the orange extra sharp cheddar or just orange cheddar, but you're gonna want to reduce your salt, maybe even down to nothing. We found that when we use the orange cheese, because some kids need it to look just like the box version, that the salt level of that cheese was really high. So you wanna reduce your salt. So first we're gonna take our butter and our flour and we're gonna head to the stove. All right, so I'm gonna take my butter and I'm going to drop it in my pan. You wanna make sure your pan is on a medium heat. You are going to create a rux. A rux is basically a thickener, and you can make this out of butter and flour. And this is what's going to make your mac and cheese hold together, not be runny, and so you really wanna do a good job with this. So we're just waiting for that butter to melt, and then it'll start thickening up into a paste. I'm going around now and just collecting all the extra flour that's in the pan. But as you can see, it's already started making a paste. Okay. So now I just kind of leave it in there. All right, next I'm going to add in my broth. My salt and pepper, and my garlic powder. We're gonna mix all that together until it's well combined. Don't worry about your rux becoming thin again. It's gonna do its job, I promise. All right, next we're gonna add in our cream cheese, and this is where everything starts going pretty fast. Once the cream cheese melts, then we're gonna add in our sharp cheddar, and then from there, you're gonna need to go quickly. So make sure that your pasta is ready and everything is set up. You've got your casserole dish ready to go and your spatula and everything so that you can get over there and get these well combined with the noodles. Next, we're gonna add in our cheese, and then we're gonna move quick to the other side. All right, I'm just gonna take this and pour it right over top of all my mac and cheese. I just found that it's easier to stir it in this big bowl, so just be careful getting it all in here. Use a spatula and get all the last of that goodness out. And then just give it a really good stir inside your pot. If you notice that your mixture is kind of thick and you want it a little thinner, go ahead and add some hot water to it and just thin it out a little bit. That way it spreads a little bit easier for you. I do that sometimes if my Rux is too thick or I use too much cheese. All right, and then we're gonna pour it into our serving dish. All right, you just made some awesome macaroni and cheese fit for a crowd, and you don't have to feel guilty about it because you made it at home and it's not from a box. So good for you. We'll see you next time.